Rahul Gandhi speaks about a caste census. You speak about a skill census. Is that a difference in approach? Are these just acronyms that are great lines to woo public vote and public support? How do you see skill census versus caste census, if you would want to respond to the current political climate as well?
See, both are intertwined. We support skill census, but then we need to also back it up with a caste census. No second thoughts about it. That way I'll be able to create a project of practices for every family. Because what's happening is the wealth divide in India is increasingly growing. It's important that the marginalized society is pulled out of the cycle of poverty. That's very, very important. That's where we want to give a project of practice for every family, and using technology that we have today on what is the intervention that I can do to pull them out of that cycle. So I believe both are important. No second thoughts about it. But again, I would love for next generation leadership to talk more and actually highlight, spearhead creating jobs.
But as far as the government at the center is concerned, caste census is something they've been ambivalent on. Do you think that ambivalence is in sync with your views?
These are things that we would discuss across the table.
Have they been discussed so far?
The conversations are still going on. They have not concluded. And we continue to have conversations around caste census and various other issues. But parallelly, we are also talking to the central government about job creation. And that's very, very important for as a nation. How is it that we're going to create jobs? What are the steps we're going to take for it? And how do we create that kind of a climate, investor climate, to deliver on that promise?
So what has been your sense in terms of the support, ideas that you've been getting from the center?
They've been amazingly receptive. They're open to ideas, they're open to feedback, and they also believe that strong states make a strong nation. And we believe, together we believe in that, and we can deliver on that promise.
So have there been any conversations at the level of the Prime Minister, at the level of senior ministers in the government, and what are the takeaways?
Various conversations have happened in terms of how do you create jobs, how do you create ecosystem, the role of agriculture in modern India, how do we do skilling. These are conversations that have already happened. And Mr. Naidu has been talking about the 4 Ps. It's no longer about private-public partnership, but we have people there. When we do this project of practices for every family, how can we get the private sector to support, handhold? How do you create this entire ecosystem around MSMEs, for an example? And how can you sort of target those particular families and bring them out of the cycle of poverty? So these are the ideas we already exchanged with the Honorable Prime Minister.